So we have reached the culmination of the final video for this persona guide. As you can see here, we're starting off by going into the system settings and adjusting the difficulty level. And the reason that we're doing this is because if you're playing on normal or harder, you won't be able to kill some of the enemies in one turn, even with your best skills equipped. So that's why we are moving it down a difficulty level so that we can use the best skills here. And there you go. You see with Anne, we're enabling her best skill. Ryuji, we're going to enable his best skill. And a few others. And then Yusuke, we're going to enable his best skill. And the only way you can get these best skills, unfortunately, is by doing Lavenza's final trials, which is why we were doing them in the previous video. So I am doing that, and then I'm going to head into the hideout menu so I can replay a mission. And the mission that we're interested in redoing is mission number 43. Because with a lower difficulty level and with our party with the best skills, we can complete this one in one turn. And this is going to enable us to quickly get amount of yen or amount of experience that we need to finish out this platinum here. We're at level 93, so we still need to get to level 99 for that trophy. Here's how it works. You start off with Yusuke doing his crystal bloom attack, killing off that enemy in one shot. And now Ryuji's going to do his almighty judgment attack on these enemies here, which will kill them as well. Ryuji is going to get knocked back in the process, but we don't really care. Now you're going to take Anne and use this Hellfire attack that she has on this group of enemies here, which will also trigger a once more. So she's murdered each of them, gets the once more opportunity, and we're going to head up and use Agidyne on this last enemy up here, which will kill him. If it doesn't kill him, the knockback damage from the barrel will kill him. This will spawn in new enemies, and this still counts as it being the turn 1 because we have yet to complete our turns. So now we're going to follow up with another Hellfire here with Lady Anne, which will kill this set of enemies and give us a once more to kill these last set of enemies with Hellfire again. And that will cause us to get all of these in one turn, which was, as you can see here, basically 3 minutes, and we got a couple levels in one turn. So that is what we're going to do here until we get to level 99. So I'm speeding it up here, showing how we do it over and over until we get it. And I will slow it down again for the one that we get when we actually get the trophy. We see we did another round there. We're going to do it again. Mission 43, Path to God S, Path to God A. And here we go. Crystal Bloom again on the enemy in front of us here. Yusuke, Almighty Judgment with Ryuji on these set of enemies in front of us here. Hellfire on this set of enemies up here. Another hellfire on these new enemies that have spawned. And the final hellfire on this last group here. We'll close it out. And there is the trophy. Finally have the trophy. We're getting to level 99, which is called Unparalleled Growth. If you don't have this trophy yet, just keep doing that mission over and over again until you get it, because that is the fastest way to get that trophy at this stage in the game. You're welcome to keep doing the story, but you don't want to beat the game because you don't want to have to start a new game plus. So if you don't want to replete that mission or lower the difficulty, do whatever you would like, but that's the quickest way that we can get to 99. And next thing we're going to do now is we're going to start purchasing the last set of weapons that we need to get to 50 unique weapons. We're just going to start going through them as we can, as we see fit based on the price. So there's the tarantula. I'm going to buy the tomahawk weapon here from Morgana. And there you have it. There's the Weapons Master Trophy. So we have finally done 50 unique weapons over the course of this Platinum Guide, and we got the Weapons Master Trophy. So everything we have left now is dependent on the Compendium, which is what all we have left. So we have the Ultimate Mask for fusing State Denial, and we have Collection of Knowledge for completing the Compendium, and then of course the Platinum Trophy. So we're going to head into the Compendium and do some final fusions here.
Now then, make your decision.
So we'll start with Thanatos, who was one of the personas that we were missing earlier, and he is unique to New Game Plus. Fortunately, we got a fusion mistake there, and we got Hanuman, so that's kind of annoying. So we'll have to give that another try here soon.
Now then, make your decision.
But we're going to finally do Vasuki. Vasuki was one of the final bosses in SMT5. He's the one that was guarding Shiva. And we killed him, and then we're able to take on Shiva. If you ever played that game, excellent game. Next up we have Kohryu. He's one of the ultimate dragons that you can fight as a side quest in SMT5 as well. A hard side quest after gathering many other personas. These ones here. So we have Kohryu now, level 75 persona. As you can see, we don't have the ability to some Sraosha yet because we still need to confuse Gabriel. But we can do Asura here. Asura is one of the powerful personas that you fight when you're working on the Sun God side quest in SMT5. One of the coolest looking personas. So there we have Asura. We still have quite a few personas here. Here we have Ongyo-Ki. Ongyo-Ki is one of the bosses in Nocturne that you can fight. He's also one of the regular enemies in SMT5 as you start approaching the final temple. Very strong persona indeed. We had the ability to fuse him in the first game given the personas we had, but we don't have a high enough level to complete it. We had to be at level 92, which is pretty high. So here's Lakshmi, one of the lower level personas that we were missing. And unfortunately we got another fusion accident. Yamata-no-Orochi. So we'll have to circle back with that one. Here we're going to make another attempt at Thanatos, which is one of the key personas of death in Persona 3, who we got successfully this time. Now we're looking at Attis. Attis is one of the highest personas that you need to get in Persona 3. You have to have your social link maxed out, and he is also one of the side quests personas that you deal with in the SMT3. So we're going to go ahead and infuse Attis now.
Is this persona? One moment, please.
With Thor and Asura. So there's Attis. We can now give Lakshmi another chance here, since we failed before and got Yamata-no-Orochi.
Is this persona? Please wait just a moment.
And we succeeded this time. So we don't have any new ones that stand out here, so we're going to have to go back into the Compendium and take a look at what else we can do that's new. Looks like we have a new combination here with Zaou-Gongen. Zaou-Gongen is a great persona to equip. He usually has excellent stats for strength. Really cool design. This opens up Fafnir. Fafnir is one of the regular enemies that you can fight in the final area of SMT5 that flies around and can ambush you. So it looks like we got a fusion accident and we fused Uriel instead. But with Uriel, that opens up some more doors for some more personas. So we can now fuse Belial. Belial is one of the hardest personas to get in SMT5 because it requires one of the dark paths to get to him. And it looks like we got another fusion accident and created Hastur instead. But that's at least working out in our favor because we don't have that persona yet anyway. So a lucky fusion accident. But we can use it to create Gabriel here. Gabriel was one of the missing personas we needed anyway for another fusion. So with King Frost and Hastur, we can create Gabriel. Gabriel is one of the coolest angels in this game. I just love the way you fight Gabriel and the other two angels in one of the nocturne paths that you can go down. But with Gabriel, we now have the ability to do Sraosha. Sraosha is a Zoroastrian type god, and this is one of the final bosses that we need to fight in SMT5 as we approach the throne. So there we have Sraosha. Interesting design. And here we have Michael. Michael is the highest order of the good side of the angels. You typically need all of your previous angelic personas to create Michael. So you can see we see Gabriel, Uriel, and to create Michael, and Raphael to create Michael. He's always one of the hardest personas to fuse in this series in general. You usually don't encounter him until very late. This has opened up the door to create Cybele. Cybele is one of the, in Persona 3, it's the ultimate social link for the love social link. So we have Cybele. We're still working on getting our compendium completed here. We have Vishnu here that we can create. Vishnu is kind of like a derivative between Shiva and Asura, and it is usually again one of the highest order personas that we can create. So there we have Vishnu, level 86. Here we can make Ishtar. Ishtar is one of the locked personas as well in Persona 3, and you fight her in SMT5 Vengeance. She has this cheating ability that if you don't knock out these towers, she'll get many turn presses. And there's also a trophy for beating her without destroying the towers and fighting her at full strength. Here is Maria. Maria is also one of the difficult personas to get in Vengeance because you can only get her if you're following one of the good paths in that game. You cannot get her otherwise. She appears. She is basically the ultimate healing persona with her ability to cast Salvation, which will heal all your party members and their afflictions, which is better than Meteoron. At this point, unfortunately, we're not going to be using any new personas. We're just going to be crafting them to get the trophy. Here's Sandalphon. Sandalphon's one of the main bosses. Along with Metatron. We're up to the highest level of angels with Michael and so forth. As you can see, we have 4 personas left. Here's Metatron that I just mentioned. Very expensive, and a lot of personas are needed.
Is this persona acceptable? Please wait just a moment.
So there's so many personas from the angelic order required to build Metatron here. And we got a fusion accident and created Fafnir. But in a way, that's a good thing, because we needed to get Fafnir one way or the other. We tried to do it earlier and got a fusion accident. But the bad thing is that cost us $53,000. And we're going to have to do, or 53,000 yen rather, and we're going to have to fuse it again. But as you can see now, we're running low on funds. Going to the Compendium and fusing all these personas is very expensive.
Now then, make your decision.
But before we back out, we'll see if we can do another one. We're going to produce Satan here. Satan, of course, is one of the darkest angels that we can
Wait just a moment.
create. He has a very interesting design. He usually has the ability to cast Black Viper or Diamond Dust, some of the hardest, highest order ice skills. Since we're low on funds, we're going to head back into the replay area and do that quest again. So I'm going to speed it up by quite a bit, just to show you that I need to do all this to get some more money. So there we go. I'm getting some money here. You may have noticed that I also went ahead and changed up my personas, switched them out just because there was no point in me maxing out Dionysus. I decided to transfer that skill over to Baal just for some variation there, but it really doesn't matter because we're not going to be doing anything other than working on grinding here. So if you have money and are able to keep fusing, obviously you don't need to come back here. But if you do need money, this is the quickest way that I can think of to get it. Because we just care about money at this point. We don't care about the knack for experience ability. So that's one of the reasons why I kind of transferred that skill over. But there's really no need to do that. There's not really any advantages to mastering or leveling up more personas, because all we're doing left in this game is fusing. So we just care about money. So we're back up to 282,000. Another thing that you are welcome to do as well, if you don't want to do that mission over, is you can disassemble all the weapons that you've created. And that should give you around 100,000, give or take. So that's another option in your pocket if you're low on funds, or you just need a few bucks to do a persona and you don't want to do some more grinding. But we're back in the hideout here, or the Velvet Room rather. And next up, we are going to fuse Macabre. Macabre usually means death. And we got a fusion accident, and we created Kohryu instead. That's annoying.
you like to do? Would you like
I feel
to
like
look
they
for
made
some
the
compendium?
fusion accident rate in this game almost too high. But, oh well, as you can see, we're at 91% here. I'm going back to the compendium to
Please, you wish to
withdraw
look
some personas so we can round out some more of the compendium. And this is because I looked up the recipes beforehand for the ones that I'm missing.
one moment, please.
So you'll probably have to do the same for whichever ones that you're missing if you don't do it. I'm doing Neberos here because Neberos and Belial will result in Alice, which is one of the personas that we're missing. And I failed to create Belial earlier. I got a fusion accident.
Please, if you wish to withdraw
Gonna
one
recast
moment,
Gabriel here.
please. You wish to withdraw one moment, please. Please, you wish to withdraw one moment, please. Please, if you wish to one moment, please.
So we're considering to look into some personas, summoning them accordingly. Here's Throne
You wish to withdraw one moment,
that we're gonna need for a fusion later.
then please take a look.
And I'm sorting
Please, you wish to one moment.
by alphabetical order sometimes because that makes it easier to find. Because when you have a list of
Form a fusion. Now then,
206 personas, that's not easy to find everybody. But as you can see from going to the compendium, we do have some new options to us. We're going to give Macabre another shot because we were unfortunate and got a fusion accident before. This time we got Macabre, so we can check him off our list, the level 74 persona. Next up we have Belial. Belial is the one we tried before but got a fusion accident.
one moment.
Again, he was a really hard persona to get in Vengeance. He was actually the last one that I ever got. And with Belial and Neberos, we can create Alice. Belial and Neberos also
Just a moment.
helped you in Raidu. You set a phone call, and this is what how Alice came out to play. So those three have quite a history in this Atlas series. We'll keep moving around here, trying to figure out who to fuse next. One thing that is kind of nice about this game is we can equip a lot of personas, so we don't have to dismiss them or anything like that. Because every character can create a persona, it gives us a little bit of slack. So here we're going to create Odin.
One moment, please.
One of the powerful gods. And this opens up some doors for a few more personas based on the unregistered list. and we're going to create Futsunushi. This persona was actually the one that I used in my Raido guide previously. I used him in the entire New Game Plus because of his strength stats. So he was a great persona for me. He's also one of the side quest givers in Persona 5 Vengeance, SMT 5 Vengeance. You can either accept his quest or you can accept another quest to destroy him. Next up, we have one of my favorite personas in the entire series with the Yoshitsune, who is a disgraced samurai. Just really cool design. And he was integral in Persona 5 for taking on the twins. And he has some really cool, unique abilities that unfortunately have no prominence in this game. But with that opens the door to create the level 94% of Chi-Yu. Chi-Yu is one of the final enemies that are blocking our way as a common enemy in the temple, on the way to the temple. So there's Chi-Yu, really cool design with his shield. It's always a high level persona. Here we have a look at Lucifer, where we can't, but we still need some more fusions to get to him. As you can see, we have Beelzebub. Beelzebub is one of the infamous personas in all these games. He is a really tough boss in Nocturne when you get to the very end of the game, and he's also one of the very last cases that you need to solve in Raidu. So there's Beelzebub. He's also an alternative boss in Vengeance, depending on which path you're choosing. Here's Mother Harlot, one of the strongest, one of the undead personas. She usually has some great abilities. Really cool design. So we're making good progress here with the Compendium. But unfortunately, we are out of money again. So we're going to have to go into... Well, we're not out of money, but we know we're going to need some more money to continue. So we're going to go back into the hideout here. We're going to transfer some of the abilities over. Again, not necessary to do this, but we're going to go back to mission 43 and farm for some more yen. So I've sped this up by 500 again. It's kind of frustrating that even though we played the game the entire time with easy money and treasure hunter, that we still find the need to farm this much just for completing the compendium. I feel like this game got kind of unbalanced when it comes to the way that you earn money in this game with the cost, and just the fact that so many of these personas you can't even use towards the end. Kind of a little bit unbalanced compared to some of the previous titles where I would need to actually be using Halil and Lucifer and some of these strong personas to complete the game, but not in this one. I mean, granted, we could still equip them and beat the game if we want, but I don't want to do that. I just want to get the platinum and be done with it. So we're back in the Velvet Room. Hopefully we don't run out of money again, and hopefully we can get this last bit out. I've farmed up to 313,000, as you can see, so added basically another 200,000 to our yen total here. We're at 95%.
Please
I'm going to go through and look up
you wish to with
and
one moment, please.
summon some personas that from the compendium that I know that will create the fusions I need to for the ones that I'm missing. I went ahead and looked up some recipes here so to save some time. So
Please you
the,
wish to with
the Mother Harlot that we recently fused, I'm going to go ahead and summon because she's going to help us create another persona later. I'm also going to need to get Barong and
please you wish to with one moment, please.
who's the other one here? Rongda. Barong and Rongda is always the combination for creating Shiva. It was the same thing in Nocturne.
Please
We also need Parvati, so we'll grab her on the way as we keep scrolling to find Rongda. Rongda is a cool design. I really like Rongda. So we'll head back
are you
to the fusion area and we'll see if we can
form a fusion?
knock these final ones out.
Make your decision.
The last 5%. We'll start with Barong. Looks like we have 2 recipes to create Mata here. So we'll do that. Mata is a pretty strong persona that you fight in the same area and temple with Chiyu
Please
and Kali on the way to the temple. Very strong persona. And he's also a boss in Nocturne in the Diet building that you fight. So Mata's force to be reckoned with, and now we're going to use Rongda and Barong to create Shiva. Shiva is one of the hardest bosses for turn-based games in Nocturne. So there we have Shiva. Shiva is very strong indeed. Has really good almighty attacks. And one that is unique to Shiva, but again, means nothing in this game. This is Arda. This is why we got Parvati out in the compendium.
please wait just a moment.
Beautiful looking persona here. Fortunately, you got a fusion accident, but this is one that we actually did need. So in a way, we got lucky there, but unfortunately, this forces us to go back into the compendium to get the components that we need to create Arda, which is Shiva and Parvati.
Please you wish to one moment, please.
So fusion accident, it's annoying, but at least it worked in our favor with a new persona.
Now
So we'll give this another crack and try and create Arda again.
is this persona one moment, please?
And this time we are successful. Beautiful persona, really cool colors. And now we're going to create Izanagi-no-Orochi, which is one of the best personas in the game because it has the victory ability, which they're calling something different in this one.
Please wait just a moment.
With Baal and Mata, we create Izanagi-no-Okami, Goddess's Embrace, to restore our health and SP at the end of every turn.
What would you like to do? Would you like to look at the persona compendium, please?
So that's the highest order persona that you need to
Wish to one moment, please.
create if for some reason you already did Satanil and you're on looking for a unique persona in
To one moment.
the second playthrough. Okami there is the highest order one left that's exclusive to New Game Plus. But we still have a couple more to go here. Here we're creating Messiah. Messiah is one of the final and ultimate personas in Persona 3 and really important in the Aegis mission. Before that we have to make Surt. Surt is the ultimate fire god. He's a boss in the Diet building in Nocturne and also a boss in Vengeance as he's blocking our way and destroying a lot of angels in the process.
What would you like to do? The awakening of a new power. Now then, make your decision.
We're going to head out and do the special fusion. We have Lucifer now available to us. Lucifer is, of course, the ultimate boss in one of the endings in Nocturne. And it's the final persona that you can craft in Strikers for the Platinum Trophy. As you can see, fusing him is no joke. We needed several high-level personas to create Lucifer. Level 93. Without saying, he's one of the most important and coolest personas in this series in general. He's usually either the boss or one of the last final fusions in the game. We still need to create Messiah.
What would you like to do? Would you like to look at the Persona Compendium? And please take a look. Please read this.
I'm going to pull out.
Are you finished? Do you wish to perform a fusion? Now then, make your decision.
It looks like we can create Messiah with Lucifer, who we just fused.
Is this persona? One moment, please.
To Arda and Lucifer will grant us Messiah, which leaves us with one persona left to fuse. Special fusion here.
Make your decision.
And that's Sate to Nail. With level 96. Doesn't really matter what skill we pick here. We're not going to use him, but
Is this persona?
$74,000
Please wait
of
just a moment.
yen rather. Anzu, Ishtar, Michael, Satan, Lucifer. We're going to watch this out, but this is going to give us the Platinum Trophy because we'll get the last three: Collection of Knowledge and Legendary Phantom Thief for the Platinum Trophy. Thanks everyone for watching. I hope you enjoyed this guide. And yep, we have the Platinum for yet another Atlas game. I hope everyone enjoyed this, and I'll see you in the next guide.
What would you like to do? Would you like to look at the Persona and please